Hello, travelers and friends. It's been a long while. It's been a super busy season here in Hikkaduwa, which is good. So I didn't have much time to make videos for you, but I received so many questions lately. So now I thought I would just kickstart 2025 videos by answering some of the most important questions. It's regarding visa, it's regarding arrival card. There's some questions about seasons, weather, also general travel tips. So I will answer that in this video. I also want to make a follow-up video answering questions. So if you have any other questions about traveling to Sri Lanka, you can put it in the comment field and I will answer your question in that next video. So first up, what's the deal with visas right now? Now in January 25, you can use the website I'm showing here, the Electronic Travel Authorization ETA system. The one we had before all the changes last year is now again working. So you can apply for your visa before you travel. I have a separate video explaining all the details about that, so please have a look at that one. It is 50 USD per person above 12. You have to apply for every child, but it's free of charge for smaller children. This system is working for most people. Some people report to me that they have some issues, they need to change to another browser, try again. Someone need to change again to another payment card. Usually MasterCard is working good, but check out the video where I explain everything about the mistakes and happenings on the ETA page and you will get help. And the visa on arrival is also working. So you can wait until you come here and get for 60 USD per person above 12 the visa on arrival. And people have reported to me now, even during the high season, this system has worked. It take you like 20 minutes extra. There's one extra line. Some people report it's done in like 5 minutes, so it hasn't been that big issue that we were a bit worried before the high season. And I just want to say that the rules I'm describing now, this is for our guests are usually Europeans coming to Sri Lanka as a tourist. So this is the rules I'm explaining. Some other nationalities have completely different rules, and other visas other than tourist visa is a completely different story. So please remember this. I'm talking about tourist visa for Europeans mainly. So, what about that free visa system I heard about? Yes, that's a good question. Back in 2024, last year, Sri Lanka announced a 6-month pilot program to offer free 30-day tourist visa for travelers from 35 countries. However, the implementation of this program was delayed because it needed parliamentary approval, and there was in between this new election, completely new president, completely new government. So in the end, this was only a suggestion. It was never approved by any mean. It was just pushed out in social media and multimedia channels all over the world. So there is no official statement right now that there will be a free visa scheme anytime soon. But as always in Sri Lanka, things changes so quickly. So suddenly it can happen. But I will be here then and let you know. Until now, you have to pay for your visa for most tourists. There are some Asian countries that have free visa to Sri Lanka. It's India, China, Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, Japan, and Russia also for some strange reason. Uh, so, unless you are one of those nationalities, you have to pay for your tourist visa to Sri Lanka. On the immigration webpage, it still says that in addition to your visa, you need to fill out the arrival card online before you travel. However, most people now report to me that even when they arrive in the airport, there's not any more questions about this arrival card. But for me, as I'm giving advice, I can only listen to what is officially said from the government, and on the immigration webpage it still says you should fill out. So if I was traveling just now, I would still fill it out, then I have everything. It's a quite easy process. I explained that also in another video, you can have a look at that. But you just fill out simply your details, and when you arrive in Sri Lanka, it's before, when I did this last time 1 year ago, did get a confirmation like few hours later. A lot of people tell me now they never get any confirmation, but anyway, both the visa and the arrival card are electronically attached to your passport, so there's no need to print any proof or anything. When you come to the immigration at the Bandaranaike airport in Sri Lanka, you show your passport, they scan it, and they see that you have paid for your visa, that you have your arrival card, and all good to go and enjoy your holiday. Yeah. And then there has been so many questions and comments and frustrations about the weather lately, and that is something I cannot control, of course. But there has been a lot of rain, unusual lot of rain in Hikkaduwa and all of Sri Lanka lately. Actually, something there is a storm out in the Indian Ocean that is affecting the weather. Normally, January, February, March are like peak seasons here in Hikkaduwa and usually have quite stable weather all around the country. Some parts in the east have there usually more rain this time, and our side usually drier. This year has been really strange with a lot of rain and really rough sea also here in the south coast. However, usually all year you will experience a lot of rain in Sri Lanka. It rains a lot here. That's because it's a tropical climate. If you see out your window when you in your flight, when you arrive Sri Lanka, you will see it's so green. Mean it's a lot of rain. But most of the time, that rain comes in the evenings, in the night, and you can still have a wonderful tropical lush holiday. Me personally, I get a little bit annoyed when people complain about the weather. Of course, some days, if it's pouring rain all day, that's really boring. I can understand that. But normally, I would say don't come to Sri Lanka only for like staying on the beach and getting tanned. Sri Lanka has so much more to offer. If it's cloudy and not so warm, that's actually the perfect weather to explore temple areas, go on safari, and do everything. So as long as it's not pouring down, which is not that often, it's really nice, comfortable weather to explore. What's the best weather forecast app to use in Sri Lanka? And that question is like, there's really not possible to predict the weather here. Apparently, during my 10 years, I never found one trustable, reliable weather app. So, what I jokingly say, like, the only way to tell the weather is to look out the window. What is the peak season in Hikkaduwa? The peak season is from Christmas until end of April. That's the main season because that's the time when the sea is best for surfing and diving and those activities that made Hikkaduwa famous. Um, the weather is also usually quite stable, sunny, nice in that time, but we also have like a second season, like I explained in another summer video. July, August usually have really nice sunny weather, though the sea is rough. But if you stay at a hotel with swimming pool, there's no problem to stay here also that time. And then there are the shoulder season in between those two seasons where you can have a super comfortable holiday with less tourists. So if you have the freedom to travel outside of the peak season, that would also mean that you will have less crowds, cheaper prices on accommodation, and the weather being these days you never know. Lot of nightly rain, sometimes lot of sunny days. Yeah, no one can predict the weather in 2025. So that was the questions I was gonna answer today. But as I mentioned in the beginning, if you have a question about traveling to Sri Lanka, comment below, put it there. I have so many video ideas. I want to post a lot of videos this year, but I also want to make sure I answering the questions that you are wondering about. So please let me know what you want to know about traveling to Sri Lanka. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.